Hey guys, Amy here with Hale Company, and in this video tutorial I'm showing you guys how to edit and use our new 3D arch front door digital template. So let's get started. Okay, so one of the first things you're going to need to do is after you downloaded the templates and downloaded the patterns, you're going to need to import the patterns into Photoshop. If you don't have your patterns screen open like that, then just go to Window up at the top and click on Patterns. Mine sets it over here. And what you'll want to do is come over here to these three dots. Hopefully you can see those, and you're going to click on that and you're going to do import patterns. So I have a metal pattern and the wall texture pattern. I'm just going to hold my shift key. I am using Windows, and click on them both to highlight them both, and then click the load button. All right, so now you have your textures, okay? So that is how easy it is to import the pattern fills. All right, so the first things first, this template was created in Photoshop. You may be able to use it in other software such as Affinity Designer. However, we are big Photoshop supporters. We love Photoshop. We know Photoshop. Therefore, we're only going to support this file with Photoshop. Secondly, we normally would provide PNG files for people who don't use Photoshop. This is a little too complex of a template with all the patterns and smart objects, so therefore we are not providing any PNG files. You must be able to use Photoshop with this file. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see over here, we have all these different folders that contain each piece. So I'm going to walk you through each one of them and how to use them. All right, so the first one is the text message. This one is, this is where the text goes. So the quote is in here, the text box border, and you can change the color of the text. So if you need to change the name, you just double click on this, the name and the year, and then you change the name. We do not provide the fonts with this template, so you'll have to substitute probably with your own fonts. But all you do is just type in the name. And I'm just going to, Hales. All right. And then you'll want to click the check at the top to lock it in, and then click the X for this tab to close and save changes. All right. Now, if you want to change the colors, all you got to do is double click on the color fill and choose whatever color you want. And it's going to be the same for the quote. Just double click and choose your color. All right. For the border, and I'm going to zoom in for you, excuse me. So this is the text border. If you don't want it, you can just click on the eye and turn it off. So you would want to turn off the main file, which is the text border right here. But if you are going to use it, you just don't like the color, you can double click on your pattern fill. And you can get to your patterns by double clicking on it, and you can select your patterns here. Okay. Or if you have your patterns already up like I do, because you like to see the larger thumbnails, all you do is just click on it once and then start choosing your different patterns. Okay. Down here is your text box. This is set at an opacity of 45%. I have it locked, but if you don't want to use it, you can just turn the eye off and it makes it go away, or you can just unlock it and delete the layer altogether. I just like to lock certain layers like this so that you don't accidentally mess up something. All right, so that was the text message. Now let's go through designing the rest of it. So Next is the door message. So that's this piece right here, and we give you 3 backgrounds, okay? So all the eyes will be turned on for them. If you want to use a different background, such as background 1, and I'll zoom in so you can see again, sorry. Just click the eye right here to see the second one, and we also give you a black and white version, okay? You can add any other backgrounds you want to this. We're just providing you some simple, quick ones to get you started. Okay. Next is the door message back. So what this is this is the front side over here with the Christmas theme, you can see. This one right next to it is going to be the back side that you'll press on. So you can put whatever you want. You could print this twice if you want. I'm going to make it like a solid wall, so it kind of looks realistic. At least I hope it does. So what I'm going to do is right here is another pattern fill. You just click on it once, and then I'm going to make it match this design right here. So I'm going to click on that, and this is called the rustic wood panel. And if you double click it, you can scale it down and change how the wood looks. If you want it to be bigger panels like that, or you wanted to go smaller panels, let's say 20. If you go with smaller, now you can see that the pattern's starting to repeat itself. So I think that's why I had it set to 30. That was the safe scale percentage that worked best. Okay. Now this one over here is the outer door frame. So that's the front side, this piece right here that you're seeing, okay? And the difference is this one, you'll see this arched line in here representing that it's the front of the door. This doesn't have it over here, which represents it's the back side. So over here, we're gonna go ahead and apply the same pattern to it, just like that. And here's the inner arch line. You can change the colors of these as well. So if you double click on it, as you can see, I have it set to a gray. Here's another color fill though. You can change it to any color you want, okay? Just make sure you save the changes when you close. You can also change the transparency and the blending options on it. So the blending option I have set is color burn, but we can choose other ones. I think I'm going to choose this hard light or the vivid light. The hard light, because it kind of gives it a little bit of a gray look. All right. Or if you don't like it, you can just turn it off altogether. All right. So the next one is going to be, let me zoom out a little bit. It's going to be the inner door frame right here. And again, we want to change it to, I'm going to make it match this design right here. So I'm going to choose that. And by the way, I'm going to throw in a quick tip here. We also sell a digital mock-up, which I will do a separate video for. I designed all of this using the mock-up first so that I could see what and actually visualize what it will look like being put together, because some textures kind of just don't go with other textures. So I highly recommend that you buy the mock-up too. It'll just make it easier on you trying to visualize what it's going to look like putting it together. Okay, so on the inner door frame, I'm just going to highlight that, and I'm going to click on that, and it already applied it. That's simple. All right. Now the front door is right here, so we're going to work on that. And let's see what I have for the front door. Oh, I don't know what I chose for the front door. Okay, so let's go open one of my images for that. It should be this one right here. Oh, not that one, but I like that look too. All right. And I think it's this one right here. Oh, I already know. There's the back of the door right there. Okay. So I'm going to go with that whitewash wood. So let's go ahead and click on the pattern fill, and here is the whitewash wood. So that's the look I'm going to give it. Again, you can play with the scaling percentage, but this is a percentage that I felt worked best. If we go down even 65%, it changes a little bit. 65 doesn't look bad. If we go to 55, now you can see it's starting to repeat itself. So we're going to go back to the 65, and that looks good. All right, so that's the outer door. Now you also have the door panels. This has an FX applied to it. So if you click on that to expand it, the little arrow next to the FX to the right, it expands it for you. And we have it set to pattern overlay with a stroke, and you can do a color overlay. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on any one of these because it'll bring it all up in your layer styles. So this is what I have set as the layer style. I also have a stroke set for, let's see. I also have the stroke set for this. So you can just play around with this to make it match and look with however you want. It's just playing with it, honestly, is what I did to kind of get a feel for how it looked. All right, so we're going to go down here to the back of the door. Simple again, same thing. There's your back. And if you want to put a message on there, you can. All right, so we also have the reefs. These are just two basic reefs. You can design your own reef if you want. This is more of just a colored cartoonish reef. This is more of a realistic reef. All right, the reefs are very small that go on the door, so there's not a lot of designing you can do with that. Now this square box. The square box is here for the door knobs and hinges and the hinge locks. These are such small pieces, guys, that you cannot really design for them. So the best thing to do is just print a square with whatever color you want to make them. So if you're going to use a pattern, again, let's see, what did I use on that arch front door? No. It looks like I used like a bronze. Yes, so there's the doorknob. Okay. So we're going to make this the bronze color, and I believe it was this color right here is the color I went with. So you want to do your door lock and your doorknob and your hinges and your hinge locks all the same color. The hinge locks you probably don't even have to press because they're going to be so small. They're just there to keep the door from falling out of the hinges. But all you got to do is print a square and just tape them right over it and press like that. That's that easy for whatever color you want it. All right. So that is it. It's really simple. You can change designs. We give you all these different patterns to play with. And again, you have to play with the scale on some of them. So like on this one, I don't like the scale, so it needs to go up just a tad. Oh, that was way too big. So let's go 50. So 50 looks good on that one. All right. If we give you some brick, and if you don't want the brick to be that big, we can go with 20 and make it smaller. All right. Here's some redwood. Here's redwood with panels. Here's the cherry wood. Here's a black wood. And again, play with the scaling of it to see how it looks. There you go. I like the 25 the best. You got some white brick in here. I love the brick, but I want to bring it bigger, so I'm going to try that at a 50. How about a 75? All right, I like that. So we give all these patterns and metal colors. I wouldn't use the metal colors are mainly for like the doorknob and the hinges. You could even go with, we put in a brick with roses. We could try it like that. There you go, and see how it looks. So there's lots of options. In addition to, you can add your own. If you already have some textures mixed in, you could try your own textures. like I have foils here and I meant patterns. I mean, the sky is the limit when it comes to designing this template. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on our website. We have an online chat in the bottom right-hand corner. We're on that Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And also, don't forget, we also have a mock-up that goes with this that you can purchase separately. So I will do a video